Google has released some cool and free features with the Gemini 2.0 Flash experimental model. We're going to test it out, and you can do the same by navigating to aistudio.google.com. If you just want to use the default chat feature, go to the drop-down under Run Settings and scroll down to Preview. Make sure you select Gemini 2.0 Flash Experimental. You can see that it has a context window of 1 million tokens. Now we can go over to the left navigation, click on Stream Real-Time for the multimodal live capabilities. And this has features that you can use to talk to Gemini in real time, show Gemini what your webcam is streaming, as well as share your screen. So this Gemini 2.0 Flash experimental model can use these components to have a conversation with you and engage with you in real time. You can look at the run settings and configure those. Right now, the only model you can select is this Gemini 2.0 Flash experimental model. You can change the output format if you want between text and audio. You can change the voice with these different options here, and there are these other settings you can configure. The model is trained on data up till August 2024, but you can turn on grounding to include search results from web search. So let's take a look at the Talk to Gemini capability, the real-time conversation using your microphone. When you click on Talk to Gemini, I've noticed that it activates your microphone and begins taking input before it responds. But you might want to give it a second to allow it to connect to the server. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Okay, I can hear you clearly. Is there anything else you need?
Yeah, could you tell me about the capabilities for the new Gemini 2.0 Flash experimental model?
I can tell you about the Gemini 2.0 Flash experimental model. It is designed to be a fast and efficient version of the Gemini model. It is capable of processing information very quickly, allowing for real-time applications and responses.
What kind of data can it take for input, and what kind of output will it produce?
The model can accept a wide variety of data types as input. This includes text, images, audio, and video. As for output, it can generate text, images, and even code.
Now that it's available in Google AI Studio, could you tell me about the features like streaming real time and the starter apps?
Yes, I can talk about those features. The Gemini 2.0 Flash experimental model in Google AI Studio includes streaming real-time capabilities, allowing for immediate responses and interactions. There are also starter apps available to help users get started and explore the model's capabilities.
I went down to the bottom of the screen here in the input field and clicked on this microphone icon to stop the recording and the engagement. Now, taking a look at the conversation, you can replay any of the audio sections.
I can tell you about the Gemini 2.0 Flash experimental model.
Adjust the volume or download the audio. But if you want to restart the stream, click on this Start New Stream and it'll clear your chat. The UX isn't the best as it brings you back to the screen, but I believe Big Logan will have his team fix and streamline the process. Let's take a look at Show Gemini, where you can share a live stream from your own webcam. Gemini, what do you see here?
I see a hand-drawn sketch of a video screen. The screen is divided into 3 sections, with the middle one labeled Shorts Video, and the 2 on the sides labeled Shorts Title. There are some squiggly lines around all 3 sections.
And what do you think the squiggly lines represent?
I think the squiggly lines might represent a placeholder for some kind of decorative element or a graphical background effect that will be added to the video screen interface.
So I went down to the input field again and just clicked on this video icon to stop the conversation. I have to say, I've seen the demos, I've seen the videos from other folks, but to see it yourself is something else. To restart the conversation, instead of going back to the previous screen, you can go back down here and click on the video icon again. And here you have the option to either stream your webcam again or share the screen. We're going to share the webcam again and see how it interprets this image right here. What do you see in this image right here?
Okay, in the image, I see 4 different sketches. The first 2, labeled 1 and 2, contain a graph, a grid, a pie chart, and some small human figures. Number 2 also has a small figure with a dollar sign next to it. The third sketch, labeled 3, has a globe, an email symbol, and a megaphone symbol. The fourth sketch, labeled 4, contains some symbols, including the Facebook logo.
It did interpret the image correctly. It looks like I was a bit late in showing the 5th sketch, going back up to the 5th sketch, but that was pretty good. Now, we'll go back to the main stream real-time screen, and we'll try the share screen here. Gemini, in Google AI Studio here, explain the settings on the right side, especially under tools and the function and purpose each of them serves.
Sure. Let's go over the settings on the right side of the screen. The settings are grouped into 3 sections: Run Settings, Tools, and Automatic Function Response and Grounding. Under Run Settings, you can choose the model that is used, as well as the output format and voice. The Tools section contains settings for code execution, function calling, automatic function response, and grounding. The code execution tool allows you to run code to perform specific tasks as part of your AI model. The function calling tool allows the model to interact with external functions. Automatic function response automatically answers the function calls to provide a more interactive experience. Finally, grounding is a tool that allows the model to use specific resources to answer questions, in addition to the model's own knowledge.
Great. Now, if I wanted to create a new prompt to ask Gemini 2.0 Flash how to create a new marketing strategy for a web application, how would I do that?
Okay, so you would like to know how to create a marketing strategy for a web application using Gemini 2.0 Flash. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Sure, let me show you how to do that. First, you can enter your prompt into the text box that is at the bottom of the page. Then, click the Run button on the right side of the page and you will get an answer from Gemini. Would you like me to help you formulate that prompt?
Yes, please.
Okay, here's a prompt you can use. I need a marketing strategy for my new web application. Please provide a detailed plan that covers identifying my target audience, choosing appropriate marketing channels, and creating a timeline for the rollout. Does that sound good?
That sounds great. I've opened up a new tab with a Google Colab notebook. Could you explain what this Python code does?
Sure. The Google Colab notebook you shared shows how to use the Powlite Gemma model with Keras to analyze images and answer questions about them. It covers installing the necessary libraries, loading the model, and generating outputs from image prompts.
Explain the secrets management.
Okay, let me explain the secrets section in the notebook. This section allows you to securely store sensitive information, like API keys. You can add secrets using the +add new secret button and access them in your code using _ from google.colab, import user data _ and _ user data.get secret name _ This way, your sensitive data isn't hard-coded in the notebook, improving its security.
Now we're going to turn on search grounding for sources from Google Search and use Canva and ask it to help us through a couple tasks. In Canva here, how do I add a gradient background to this page?
First, select the page on the bottom of the screen. Then click on the color box in the toolbar at the top of the screen and select your background color. Alternatively, you can select the Design tab on the left and choose a background image or design from the options available.
In Canva, how do I create a custom animation where I move this circle from the left side of the page to the right side.
I can help you with that. To create a custom animation in Canva, select the element that you want to animate and then click on the Animate button on the toolbar above the design canvas. From there, you will find the Create an Animation option. This opens the animation editor, which gives you a full range of options.
So it leads me to a quick demo on the left, along with instructions and tips on how to create the animation. So this Gemini 2.0 Flash experimental model does require some more training in order to provide the proper responses to what you're asking. It might have some issues with some of the questions that you ask. But we'll go on. In our left navigation, we'll click on Starter Apps. And here we have Spatial Understanding, Video Analyzer, and Map Explorer. First, we'll do Spatial Understanding, where we can upload a photo and ask Gemini 2.0 Flash to conduct spatial analysis for the objects in the image. We'll upload our image here. In the top right corner, you can choose to reveal the items on hover, and you can also configure these other settings. We'll keep it on 2D bounding boxes. You can show the raw prompt according to the inputs that you provide, but we'll send it off to the Gemini 2.0 Flash model, and you can see it go to work identifying all the objects in the image. So we hover over the items that it's identified, and we can see that it is missing a few items, including one of the shoes from one of the people with their legs in the picture. Now let's try this video analyzer. We'll go down to the bottom in this input field, click on the plus symbol, upload file. Once the video is uploaded, you can generate a couple different things to analyze the video. So we'll just go through the list of what you can do. First, there's the AV captions, and this will just give you the captions for the various scenes in the video. Since it's a short video, it only gives us this one caption here. If we go over to the chat, we can see the time codes, and it gives us the data in the chat dialog here. We'll try the paragraph and generate something that describes the video. And actually, if you go back to captions, this new content will influence what it generates. So it actually adds more to the captions here. When you go to the chat dialog and open up the time codes, you'll see the data presented matching the captions accordingly. We'll try the key moments, click on generate, and this will be similar to the captions. When you click on table and generate a table with the timestamps, description for each timestamp, and the objects seen at those timestamps. You can generate a haiku for the video that describes the video. You can create a chart that focuses on a specific element of the video. For this, we'll create a custom chart that looks at how much the woman scrolls on the tablet. Here's our chart with the y-axis showing us how much the woman scrolls through the tablet. I'm not sure what the units are, but let's watch the video and see if this holds up. So this doesn't look like scrolling. That looked like 1. But at this point, okay, this is where the scrolling increases. We'll go back to our analysis options. The final option is a custom one where you can type in your own custom prompt for the analysis. But you can also go to the chat dialog and prompt the AI. We'll ask it, what color is this chair that the woman is sitting in? This Gemini experimental model does a pretty good job with that because it only shows the top portion of the chair and the woman isn't sitting all the way back in the chair. So it's still able to identify the object and the color. If you found this useful, like the video and leave a comment. If you want more content on AI, workflow automation, and analytics, subscribe to the channel.